Hey folks, SoloGamer here, and we're going to be playing another game of heroclix. But before we do, let's get some background going. My favorite comic character of all time is Ghost Rider. I've got every issue of Ghost Rider all the way back to Marvel Spotlight number 5, dating back in the early 70s. All the way till now, basically. The series in the 80s, the series in the 90s. The newer series. I just love Ghost Rider. I always have, I always will. Except for the new incarnation that Marvel put out about some lowrider Mexican guy, Mexican guy riding around in East LA on a lowrider. I don't know what the hell they're thinking with that. And you know, I've had to suffer through the embarrassingly bad movies with Nicolas Cage, but I've still been strong. One of my favorite times in the early 90s was, one of my favorite storylines, I should say, was in the early to mid 90s when Ghost Rider had just started becoming, come out with a second series. As you know, Johnny Blaze is the Ghost Rider, and he was the Ghost Rider during the 70s and 80s. And then during the early 90s, they came out with a new Ghost Rider named Dan Ketch. And I could arguably say that easily the first 24 issues of that comic were some of the best things to ever be put to print, especially in Ghost Rider. It was a great series. It was before the Marvel Comics bubble burst, or comics in general bubble burst, and Ghost Rider was very, very popular at that time. So were all the Dark Heroes, Ghost Rider, Punisher, stuff like that. Well, anyways, when Ghost Rider started getting real big, Marvel decided they kind of wanted to expand on the horror, I guess, or supernatural aspect and create a bunch of new comic lines. And so started the series Rise of the Midnight Suns. And this was about Ghost Rider recruiting and joining up with new, I would say, supernatural heroes that Marvel had just laid away and were going to try to revamp to bring back. Included in that was, you know, the Night Stalkers, which included Blade, Frank Drake and Hannibal King, Morbius the Living Vampire, Werewolf by Night, Damien Hailstorm, Doctor Strange, who was at a low point that time. And then they added another group called the Darkhold Redeemers, but they don't have heroclix figures for them, and they didn't last that long anyways. So anyway, the basic gist of the storyline was that a powerful supernatural entity named Lilith was coming back to Earth, and the Midnight Suns had to kind of band together under the, I wouldn't say leadership of Doctor Strange, but under the tutelage of Doctor Strange. He was the main organizer behind it, and come together and stop her and stay when a serious supernatural threat would come along. They would kind of team up and try to stop the group. That lasted a little while, and each one of the heroes got their own comic books. None of them really lasted more than a couple years. Some didn't even last a year, really. Because at that point, Marvel was starting to hit that bubble where they put a comic book out about everybody and anything. And it was all starting to go to real crap. I mean, the writers and artists were starting to go bad. But one of the other things where all the Midnight Suns came together was the Midnight Massacre and the Siege of Darkness, which the Siege of Darkness is what really killed Ghost Rider. It was like a long, Jesus Christ, it was like a long 6-month crossover, putting all the books together, so you would have like 6 issues a month, and it was just kind of, it was drug on too long, it was pointless, and it just wasn't that great. It killed off Ghost Rider, replaced him with Vengeance for a while, which I didn't have a problem with. But it's just the story wasn't that great. Anyways, Zarathos the Demon, who was the original Ghost Rider, who Johnny Blaze was possessed by, came back and they had to try to stop him and everything like that. And Zarathos was after the Medallion of Power, which was a supernatural medallion that embedded the spirits of Vengeance, which was Ghost Rider and Johnny Blaze and Vengeance and stuff like that. Well, anyways, that's what we're going to take off on this. This is a Return of the Midnight Suns. And I tried to get most of the people who ever crossed paths with Ghost Rider, like Jennifer Kell and Man Thing have crossed paths with Ghost Rider. Moon Knight has, Brother Voodoo has, Dr. Druid has, the Gargoyle hasn't, but he's kind of a supernatural type guy, and of course Doctor Strange. And the maps we're using is Doctor Strange's abode inside, and then the outside of this area here. And we have our little token here, which is going to become the Medallion of Power, and it's being guarded by the Midnight Suns. And our big baddie in this one is going to be the dreaded Dr. Dormammu. Now he comes at 600 and 250 points, but we're going to start him off at 250. And basically what it is he's gathered some supernatural villains who've appeared in Ghost Rider comics and other one of these comics like Dr. Baron Mordo and stuff like that, and tried to get the Medallion of Power from Doctor Strange's magic. Now, he's playing at 250 right now because he's using all his power to let the villains in. Normally, evil couldn't normally get in to Doctor Strange's mansion, but that's what they're going to do. So he's going to use his power. That's why he's low down and let these villains get in. We have Mr. Hyde. We have Santana Hellstorm, Baron Mordo, Nightmare, Demi-Goblin, Grim Reaper, Blackheart, the Scarecrow, Dracula, and Pluto here. And their object is to get the Medallion of Power to Dormammu. If Dormammu gets the Medallion of Power, he goes up to his full 600 points, and the heroes have got to try to beat him, which will be pretty hard. But, as I said, he can't enter the mansion. He's using all his power to let these guys enter the mansion. And so they will enter the mansion and try to steal the thing, make off with it, come back out, and give it to Dormammu. Okay? So, that's where we're going to be in this game. That's how it's going to play. If they can hold off Dormammu from getting the Medallion of Power, the good guys win. If Dormammu gets the Medallion of Power and they beat him, they win. If Dormammu gets the Medallion of Power and he goes back to his starting area, or he kills everybody, he wins. Okay? So that's the way this thing's going to play out. Of course, we're going to shuffle the cards randomly to see who goes with what, and that's how it's going to play. So, let's pause it up and get going. Okay, so let's start the game. Now, the bad guys are going to go first here, since they're surprise attacking Doctor Strange's mansion. And, of course, our first bad guy is going to be Dormammu. And let's see here. As you can see, Dormammu is a mystic. He's a large figure. He's one of my favorite figures. I mean, look at him. He just looks absolutely spectacular. I mean, he looks great. Well, anyways, he starts off with a running shot. He's indomitable, penetrating psychic blast. He has impervious. He does 4 damage. So, he will 1, and that's how he moves. 2, 3, 4, he's a giant, and then he can shoot 10 spaces, which we'll just keep him right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and he's going to attack. Who does he attack? He'll probably attack Ghost Rider, since Ghost Rider is the most powerfulest of them. So he gets a 1. Oh, and he gets another 14. So he has a 14. That's going to be 15. Ghost Rider has a defense of 17, so he misses. So we will put a token by him. Now it's Mr. Hyde's turn. And Mr. Hyde here, let's see what he has. He has charge, super strength, and toughness. So he will 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Put him right there. Alright. Then we have Nightmare. Oh, wait a minute. Dormammu can use probability control. Friendly characters ignore damage dealt by Mystic's team ability. Ooh, so all them guys are going to ignore damage dealt from mystics. And he has a trait, so he gets to do that again then. Probability control. And that was a 5, and that was still a miss. So even though he had probability control, it didn't hurt. Nightmares. If an opponent wins the roll to determine the first player does not choose nightmare characters, okay, well that didn't happen. What's per turn when an opposing character takes pushing damage, you may heal nightmare one click. Okay, we'll have to remember that. Nightmare here has running shot. He has phase. He has your nightmare can use penetrating psychic blast when he does modify his attack value by +1 for each action token on all target characters. He has impervious, and of course he has outwit. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nope. 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, we'll put him there. And Pluto here. Let's see what Pluto has. He starts off nothing much. 7, 12. He has energy shield deflection, and he has a little enhancement, which he enhances anybody he's next to. So he can move 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So he will go there. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11. Okay. And that's going to be their turn. We're going to go 4, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. These guys will go 6, 6, and 5. These guys have got 11. 2, 3, 4. So they go 4, 4, and 3. Alright. So let's look at our hero's turn here. And let's see who goes first on the hero's side. We have Gargoyle, who's right here. He's a flyer. He has super strength, toughness. So we will start him out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'll token by him. Morbius, the living vampire. He has some traits here. Morbius begins the game on click number 3. Morbius can use 2 energy and may use it to heal beyond his starting lineup up to click 1. Characters can't target Morbius with exploit weakness. So let's skip Morbius here. He begins the game on click number 3. 2, 3. Okay. And let's see what Morbius is going to do. He has stealth, super senses, and he has Morbius can use outwit. When he uses outwit to counter a power that isn't a defense power, counter that same power on each opposing character within 10 squares of line of fire. That's a pretty good one. So he's going to move here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's put Morbius there. Okay, then we have Werewolf by Night. He's going. And he is, at the beginning of your turn, roll a dice 6. Once for all friendly characters with the full moon trait. Nobody has that. When an opposing character takes damage from Werewolf by Night's attack, that character possesses Battle Fury as long as Werewolf by Night is on the map. And Battle Fury means that they can't use outwit or target or any of that other stuff. They just got to fight. Okay, so he comes with stealth. And of course, he has super senses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We'll keep him there. Brother Voodoo. Alright, Brother Voodoo here has a trait. While Brother Voodoo has exactly 1 action token, he can use Mind Control as a free action. He no longer takes damage from the use of Mind Control, and he and his target modify their attack values by +1 for this turn. Alright, he has Phasing Teleport. Brother Voodoo can use Poison and Smoke Cloud. If there's an opposing character adjacent to him, he may use Smoke Cloud as a free action instead. Super Senses and Probability Control. So let's move him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we'll put him there. And then we have Dr. Druid, who, if you're familiar with our last playthrough, well, no, that's right, he wasn't in that. He has mind control, but he starts off with telekinesis, energy shield deflection, and probability control. So we got a couple probability controllers on this thing. So he's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's going to be right there. Now let's put a token by him. As you can see, that's how it is. Alright, so let's do the next bad guys. The next bad guys are going to be Baron Mordo. Now let's look at what he's got. He starts with running shot, pulse wave, energy shield deflection, and he has Baron Mordo can use probability control. If he has one action token, he can use either outwit or perplex until your next turn. So we got a lot of probability controllers in this game. I'm gonna have to remember all that, to be honest with you. I don't know. So he's 10. He can fly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He can try to hit Dr. Druid. He's a flyer, so which is what he's going to do. He's going to try to hit Dr. Druid. So he has a 10. Dr. Druid has a defense of 17, but energy shield deflection is going to make that a 19. Okay, he misses. Let him use his probability control, and he still misses. So there's Baron Mordo's turn. Next is Santana Hailstorm. Alright, she comes with charge. She can use Steel Energy if she's on clipped 1. An excess soul token gives Santana a free auction. Okay. Toughness. Characters that are hit by Santana Hailstorm minus their combat values by -1 till next turn. She has 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And wait a minute, we don't want to move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll put her there behind Nightmare. Then we have Scarecrow. Give Scarecrow a power action if there are no friendly Murder of Crow tokens on the map, and place a Murder of Crow tokens in an adjacent square. That token becomes a bystander token as described on the back of this card. So he's not going to do that yet. He starts with plasticity. Means he can break away. Easy. Combat reflexes and shape change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll put him behind Dormammu there as well. And then the last person to go on the good bad guys here, it's going to be Dracula. Dracula begins the game on click 4. Okay. Okay. Dracula can use Steel Energy and heal up to beyond his starting line at click 1. Dracula can use Stealth. Dracula can use Mind Control if he hits somebody. He starts with Charge, Invulnerability, and Exploit Weakness. So he has a 10. As he's right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8. He's a flyer, so we'll put him right there. And then it'll be the hero's turn. But we'll go ahead and end it here. We'll come back and see how our heroes are doing. SoloGamer saying, have fun. See you then.